Yeah, I mean, life changes. People move into houses, people move into Airbnbs. We've had so many different trailers, so many different vehicles as well. So, I mean, why are we selling the Jeep? Life has changed. Now, as added safety, I'm gonna lower my stabilizers on the back and on the front. I am like a little kid in a candy store. Me and Lincoln decided to go find the colors, and I feel like we found the colors, huh, bud?
Yeah.
Is this cool or what? Oh my God, it is popping. We found this random dirt road that brought us up. Look at this. It's so cool, buddy. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what is so cool about the RV lifestyle. I'm literally 38 years old and I have the hugest smile on my face right now with my son exploring, enjoying this view. We do this on a daily basis. We don't have to wait once a year to go on a trip. Get out there, guys, explore. Get an RV, get a little trailer. Just do it however you want to do it, whether you Airbnb, whatever. There's just so much to see, and this lifestyle just allows us so much. It's just incredible. I will say the last week has been tough with our broken trailer and whatnot, but this makes up for it. And so funny, I brought the drone. I was like, I'm gonna fly the drone up here. It's gonna be so cool. I forgot the controller. Definitely have a little bit of dad brain right now, running on a low amount of sleep, but it's all good because you know why? We're camped like right there. I'll just come back and like later on tonight with Melissa because it's so freaking rad that I got to show her anyways. So Lincoln and I really don't know what this video is gonna be, but it's just gonna kind of be us checking out all the fall colors. Me and him are just basically driving around and just taking video content and just exploring, and it's kind of really it's fun, huh, buddy? Yeah, that's a fire pit. Yep, we found a lot of really cool camps, not suitable for big trailers, but for off-road camping. Excelente. We did a video like this a few years ago and we really explored the colors near Telluride, Colorado. And I don't know if this is, I feel like this is better in a sense because we're off the beaten path a little bit more. Whereas in Telluride, we were kind of just driving on the main highways. But man, look at that. They're just pure orange. It's funny because I know a lot of you will be like, oh, what's the big deal if you're from somewhere where you get colors, but we don't, you know, we've only seen them like a few times in our life. And right now they're orange, they're red. It's got literally every color. All right, Lincoln, let's go up the big hill. Me and Lincoln have been watching a lot of four-wheel drive 24/7, and he likes when the Jeeps and the trucks go up the big hills, huh, bud? Here we go. It's steep, huh? Do you like it?
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer. Obviously, you guys know by now that the Jeep is for sale. I'm gonna miss it for a lot of reasons, but we're also excited for new things to come. We're very excited for new stuff. But as I just said, the Jeep is for sale. I know I made a post about it. We were asking 35,000 OBO. It's got all sorts of stuff. If you guys followed the build on it, you know that the thing is dialed. We drive it all around the country. But a lot of people are asking like why we're selling it. So I'd say one of the reasons is being on the road full time and using the Jeep to its full potential becomes difficult. It's very reliable, but it's just a lot of maintenance and wear items. So if I'm trying to use this thing to pre-run it, to rock crawl, and we don't have a way to tow it, we drive it, it's just, I'm constantly fixing stuff, which, you know, in normal standards, it's okay. But now that we have 2 kids and I have to watch them full time because Melissa works, it's just a lot. It's just a lot, let's put it that way. Also, we found that with 2 car seats, Zamboni, and some gear in the Jeep, it gets small quick. Believe it or not, I feel like we need to have a crew cab pickup truck as our daily driver, just because when you throw some hiking gear, maybe, you know, the boat, maybe like Lincoln's bike, the stroller, and you want to go do stuff and be out for the day, the Jeep almost doesn't cut it, which is crazy because it's considered a full-size truck. It just is a slightly smaller full-size truck. Oh man, there are some cool camp spots out here if you're in an off-road vehicle. Right guys, so a few days ago we destroyed our spindle in our trailer. We've talked about it here and there, and today, this afternoon, supposedly we're getting a whole new axle. I'm gonna do my best to get the old one out, and I gotta get it out before the guy comes because the guy is gonna haul the old one away for me. I got tools, I got impact, and I got some extra jack stands. First thing I did was I pulled out these boxes to kind of give myself more visual. And I got these 6-ton jacks here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the jack stands under here. These are 1/4 inch welded by my buddy's fab shop, and they run all the way across the trailer. He recommended that because I don't have any room right there because of this box to put it under the frame. So we're gonna put it under here. It's bolted on both sides. We're gonna get the jack stands under on both sides. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise the tongue jack to where we get some pressure on here. Once we get pressure on these, then we're gonna unstrap this axle slowly and gently. Make sure that looks good. We're gonna do a shake test, and then we're gonna pull the other tire off. Okay, I got my jack stands mounted where I want them. And now we're gonna raise the tongue jack. They feel very good, they feel firm. As added safety, I'm gonna lower my stabilizers on the back and on the front. Keep in mind, we still have an axle on the ground, but when we remove this rear axle, that road armor is gonna pivot a bit, and it's gonna make the front axle feel a little bit lighter. That's why we're just trying to go slow and be methodical. I got the other tire off. Most of the weight of the trailer is on these 2 rear jack stands and still our single axle. I've done like 500 shake tests and it feels pretty solid. I do have the rear stabilizers down, but I couldn't hit them too much because unfortunately you hit them whatsoever, which is crazy with the little impact, the small impact, and then these jack stands come off to where they're not attached here. So being careful, I broke these bolts loose. I gotta break the other bolts loose, and then just gotta lower the axle down and disconnect the wires and drag it out. You see how that articulated after we unstrapped the axle and pulled the tire. So a few moments later, axle is out. It's disconnected from the wires. I got it on my nice jack right there that I use in the Jeep. I should be able to just pull it out. The worst part of this job so far is honestly, it just feels sketchy. But like I said, we got it on these red jack stands. It's still on that one axle. I've got all stabilizers down, and we did multiple shake tests throughout. So every time we moved something of the suspension, we gave it a shake test, we checked everything. It seems good. Supposedly the other one's gonna be here kind of late tonight, which sucks, because like I wanted to put it in just to have peace of mind when we're in the trailer moving around doing all that it's good to go. So that's the spindle that got destroyed. Some people were saying it could be fixed, yada, yada, yada. I did not think it could be fixed. Plus, I kind of got a lot of grease all in my brakes because it got a failure. And unfortunately, this is just kind of how the RV industry does it. They just go, oh, something broke, just put a whole new axle. At least my brakes will be new. All you gotta do is hook up 2 wires. I marked mine like this and took some photos just to kind of help me out. You guys can see this is how I boxed it in. Did this in a previous video, but I didn't really show it. We added the webbing that everybody adds. We added gussets in the back here. This is a 2-inch lift that we did. We didn't gusset the center one because I think it was fine. I had these custom cross tubes made, and they're at every pivot point. So the suspension's pretty dialed in this thing. We obviously did the thicker wet bolt kit and the road armor. We'll try to link all the suspension components in the description. And I'll also link my other video when we put all of this on because it's a little different. All right, guys, so this is totally a one-person job. I just want to show you, the axle's not that heavy. I'm not that strong. I mean, I'm doing that with one arm. It does help though that my jack is a steel bottom, and what I can kind of do is just do one of these and just pull it slowly. And look, I mean, obviously it's on the rug, but it slid out totally just fine out from underneath the trailer there. Shiny new axle. Time to get this sucker installed. It's a Dexter. Everything's all packed. It's all ready to go. Hopefully we have a little bit better luck with this guy. I got it in, and what I did is I did everything loosely on the other side. Always do that, because that way I can kind of pivot my jack to get this side lined up, get everything started, and that way it's not gonna fall on me. You can see my jack is tilting a little bit. Always get everything started before you're starting to tighten. And then I also like to put a little bit of red Loctite, just because these things go down the road just bouncing constantly. I like to have it a little bit extra safety. What a place to replace an axle. I'm running out of daylight here, but I got the axle in. Now I gotta jack up each side independently, get the tires on. I'm gonna dig a little trench right here. Just to make it easier to get the tire on, so I don't have to jack it up quite as far and it won't feel quite as sketchy. This is a Dexter axle, not a Lippert, so we'll see how this one works. My helper Lincoln was not very helpful today. He's supposed to be helping me wiring. He just kind of ran off and is just doing his own thing. But like always, guys, make sure you subscribe. Let us know what you think of installing this axle while boondocking. Kind of crazy.
I wrecked.
What?
I wrecked.
You wrecked what?
I wrecked.
Oh, okay. The road was so freaking cool that I had to bring the rest of the fam. So we got Putty, and we got Mama, and Lincoln, and myself. We did not bring Zamoni because she doesn't really like off-roading that much. But yeah, we're going to try to, I don't know, to see Melissa's reaction and her excitement or lack of excitement on this road with all these fall colors.
They've been